Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2 Gold in the building. Bro's good.
Man, you know what it is, man. It's that Monday night block party, man. As we are here, sitting here going through this Monday night Raw, man. And let's just start this thing off, man. Let's just go ahead and cut to the chase, bro. What do you think of this new World Heavyweight Championship? A new twist on an old classic. It's got the kind of the frame of the big goal, but it's got
Yeah,
the big WWE logo in the middle of it. You some maybe it shouldn't be my only take for it. Maybe it wouldn't be as bubble. Maybe it was just the logo, the WWE logo, but not the bubble. But it was like on side onto it. Maybe that'd be a little bit better. But I still
right.
kind of like the championship. What do you think of it,
Man, I'm torn on it. I'm torn on it because
man?
it's like you say, it's a new spin on a classic. So it's like it's got the framework of the big
Right,
goal, which is what everybody wanted. My only thing is this, and I get WWE. WWE, they're all about branding and they're all about brand
right,
awareness, visibility, and unfortunately for the fans now that want that nostalgia, every single belt got that big ass WWE logo in the middle. Is that's the one thing about this belt that's kind of like lightweight annoying me. It's kind of like, bruh, I don't need to see. I don't need that to take up and be the center of every single belt. Like because I still feel like to a degree, it's like a new twist on the big goal, but with a hint of the Intercontinental Championship, the current one. And I'm just like, it just I just really truly wish they made this belt really feel special and stand out from the rest. I mean, and to a degree, it does do that. And this may be something that has to grow on me over time, but this just isn't what I expected. And I know a lot of people I read online, they were like, well, if you're gonna do something similar to the big goal to, bring back a world championship, world heavyweight, why didn't they just go back to the original one in the first place? And for many reasons, I guess I can understand why they didn't. I guess if you want to leave that in the past, that's cool. But it's not terrible. It's not
right.
terrible. It's not terrible. I give it some
and
time.
and I get what you mean about the big WWE logo, but the one thing I like about the logo on this one is not as big
Yeah.
as it is on the other titles. That's why I say, man, if they had taken off that bubble and just put it like just the logo itself onto it and kind of made it grainy like it is with the rest of the belt, I think that'd be a little bit different.
Yeah.
That may be a little bit more acceptable. But you still keep the framework of that that big gold championship like the one behind you sitting on the thing like that's the only little tweak I probably would have made with that. But I
Let,
kind of like it though. But I still kind of like it.
let me ask you this. Oh, while we're on the
What's
subject of the
up?
world championship, okay.
Right.
So Triple H, man, he said some interesting points, and you and I,
Oh yeah.
to a
Oh yeah.
degree, we kind of said something similar, and it was in regards to Roman Reigns and the WWE
Hmm.
undisputed Universal Championship. We said the same thing. We were like, okay, one, if anybody needs a belt, it's got to be Seth Rollins. But then it's like, are we gonna have Seth versus Roman? Like, how is Seth gonna get a title if he gets a title? And then he kind of alluded to that. We don't
Right.
get to that, but Triple H said, Roman Reigns, he got himself into a position to where he was able to negotiate less dates, not really having to work outside of pay-per-views. 1,000 days as champion. And he went on to reference. There's a lot of guys in the past that he's worked with that wouldn't have been able to sustain what Roman Reigns has done and sustained. And then you got Seth Rollins. He came out later in the night and he said, "Hey, me and Omos, we got a match at Backlash coming up, but I got my eyes on something bigger." And then he alluded to going for, the newly revealed world championship. And he says, you guys deserve a fighting champion. Triple H said the same thing. You guys deserve a fighting champion. Let me
Hmm.
ask you this.
Hmm.
Um, Roman Reigns, How do we see that playing out? And the WWE undisputed Universal Championship, and also the fact that Triple H said wherever Roman gets drafted, that's where he's going to be moving forward. So no more brand hopping. Like wherever he's at is where he's at, which I feel like is going to really open up the world title picture on the other show because now you ain't got to
That's
worry
the
about the
point.
bloodline. You ain't got to worry about
That's
Roman.
the point.
Whoever's the champion, they're going to be the champion and legit the face of that show.
Which is why I'm curious. Well, to really better answer your question, we're going to have to wait to the draft
Yeah,
because, like he said, whatever show Roman gets drafted on, the other show will have this tournament to
yeah,
crown this new champion. So we got to see where he gets drafted, and it's like, okay, if it's to Raw, which I mean, honestly, I don't really see him leaving SmackDown now. Could
nah,
SmackDown
nah,
decide to but I mean, well, it depends on who gets the first pick. If SmackDown gets the first pick, then cool. But I honestly, if Raw decides, you know what, we'll if Raw takes Seth Rollins first, like that'll be the I think that'll be the teller. It won't be Cody. I think it'll be Seth. If Raw takes Seth Rollins first, then you know where this championship is going. This
yeah,
championship is going to Raw because Roman Reigns is gonna get picked up by SmackDown with the next pick. Like they're gonna pick him second. They're not gonna pick no one else outside of outside of Roman Reigns. As we got Bad Bunny coming into the ring after Damian Priest threw a chair at Rey Mysterio, and Bad Bunny's right now getting his licks back in right now with that kendo stick. Yeah, you got to beat the hell out of him, man. He beat the hell out of you, man. He choke slammed you through the table like a rag doll, man. Come
come
on,
on
Bad
now.
Bunny, man. You
Come
gotta
on,
you gotta
Bad
beat
Bunny.
this boy down, man. Up,
You
he about to
naughty
do it
little
again.
rabbit.
Up, about to do it again. About to do it again. Pop, hit them knees. There you go.
Hey,
But we're gonna have to wait till the draft though, man, to really see what may transpire uh as far as Roman and Seth and what goes on. But I like how Seth made sure to mention, you know, Roman Reigns, yeah, he beat a whole bunch of people, but he didn't beat me. You know, there
yeah,
was somebody on that list
yeah.
that he didn't beat. So I like that he mentioned that for sure.
Kevin Smith, what's going on, Kev?
What up, Kev? What up, Kev?
But nah, hey, and that was cool, you know. So they said Triple H had a big announcement. Yo, speaking of big announcements, what do you think, man? It was actually confirmed. Somebody took video. I don't know who got it or how they got it, but somebody took video. CM Punk, man, was apparently backstage at WWE Raw today in Chicago, Illinois, his hometown. You know, I don't really take nothing too much out of it. I mean, we already know his whole situation with AEW, but there was rumors that he did meet with Triple H for a little bit. They talked. Him and Miz, they, you know, they spoke and they cleared the air and they mended fences. And then, you know, he was kind of going around talking to talent before, you know, he was asked to leave by building security. Bro, what are your thoughts on that whole situation, man? Do you think this is just him pretty much playing into the hype of, you know, his impending return to AEW?
I mean, it's hype into something. Uh, but Ricky Starks was there when Cody Rhodes was fighting.
Right.
So not too long
Yeah.
ago. So it's like I you could take that what it is. And honestly, we're not 100% sure he's out of his AEW contract. I haven't
Mm-hmm.
found or heard that he's actually out of it. So you know, I'm not taking that nothing more for. They're in Chicago. He got invited by Triple H to come up. They talked. They chilled out. You know, they cleared the air on some stuff. You know, they hung out, whatever. But uh, yeah, I man, who knows, man, who knows? But we'll wait and see. As Bad Bunny man made it a street fight for their match at Backlash.
Hey, so the
This
fact that
boy
come
gonna get
on, you,
killed.
you knew
This
that
boy
they
gonna
weren't
get
gonna have
killed.
backlash in
This
Puerto
boy gonna get killed.
Rico and Bad
This
Bunny
boy gonna
wasn't
get
gonna be a
killed.
part of it, man. Come on now. As we got him
Oh, I knew he
challenging
was
it.
gonna be a part of the match. Oh, I knew he was gonna be a part of the match.
But now I'm interested. Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in the street fight, like, okay, you know what? It's not the worst idea. It's not the worst. So I just hope, you know, Priest is able to carry Bad Bunny in this one.
I am surprised it's not a tag team match. I thought it would be Ray and Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest and Dom in a
Mm,
tag team match. and it would be a street fight. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be that, which
Oh,
I
I ain't even
think
think about
would
that.
be a bit better, just to
Yeah.
just for the sake of not killing Bad Bunny in his match, or just
Yeah.
hurting him really bad. But I thought that's where they were gonna go with that, to kind of, and maybe possibly, you know, Judgment Day was still the victory just because Dom didn't win at WrestleMania. So it would be a way for him to kind of pick up a victory, kind of a cheap victory here in this kind of match. But I don't know. We'll I don't know. We'll see what happens with them.
All right,
Maybe they're
man.
gonna
Listen.
weigh that off somewhere later. But man, run through the rest of this card real quick, man, before we get out of here with these people, man.
All right, so we got Cody Rhodes. He started off tonight. He promoted his match that he got coming up with Brock Lesnar at Backlash. Outcomes fan Balor trying to recruit Rhodes. Rhodes versus Balor was announced. Then we also found out next Monday, man, Brock Lesnar will be live and direct. First match tonight, we get the Bloodline versus the LWO. Solid match, man. The Bloodline ended up picking up the victory, of course, due to some shenanigans. Solo Sikoa continued to look like the beast he is. And then after this, we get a segment backstage. We get Bianca Belair and Damage Control. Initially, it was Io Sky that challenged Bianca Belair to a match.
Hmm.
Bailey,
Hmm.
she stepped in,
Hmm.
impeded on the territory of Io Sky, decided to make a triple threat match. Then, man, we get Sami Zayn and Jay Uso. And Sami Zayn pretty much telling Jay, like, hey, bro, you really gonna dedicate your match to Roman Reigns? Like, you have a chance to get these belts back that we took off y'all, and you're not even gonna do this for yourself or your brother. You're gonna do it for this man, and then you put this name's man in your mouth. So what happens when you don't beat us? Then what? See, now you got yourself into some hot water, and then you got later on during the night, you got Jimmy confronting Sammy, and Jimmy saying, "Hey, two can play that game. All right, why you too busy worried about my brother and Roman and everything we got going on? What about you? You backstabbed your brother how many times? What happens if you don't win? You think your brother ain't gonna forget all the times you whooped his ass when he was in the bloodline? Yeah, guess what? You got what you got coming too. So I like that. Then we get a
Yeah.
backstage segment. We get Trish Stratus. She shoots on Lita. She shoots on Becky Lynch. The rumor is that Lita's currently done with WWE. They have nothing else for her, so her time is up as of right now. But now they're gonna
So she
focus.
got to come back and be champion, and then that's it for a minute. All right, well, cool. Hey, nice little payday, and to get to add to her legacy a little bit.
Exactly. And then now you just focusing on Trish and Becky. So you got that. You got Alexander and Benjamin versus the Street Profits. Profits, of course, ended up picking up the victory. Then after that, we got the announcement from Triple H with the debut, the unveiling of the new Heavyweight Championship. We got Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Raquel Gonzalez, Liv Morgan. Of course, the team of Belair won. We got Theory and Lashley. It's official like a referee whistle.
I see them jumping and just beating up Bailey so soon. Like
Oh,
EO
you
done
see,
about had
you
enough
see
of
them
that.
turning on Bailey?
Man, I could see them turn on Bailey.
Oh,
If it ain't both of them, I can definitely see an EO, having enough of it. I could
question.
definitely see that.
So if that happens, who's the face in that situation?
EO, because she gonna become the whoever, cause the fan favorite. Because Bailey
Mm,
right now, man, she's that heel that's latching on right now. Because right now she's having a bit of bad luck. She ain't winning. She ain't being that top
who said,
dog that she was
somebody else
before.
said that
So
too.
therefore,
Somebody else said that. Who said that
I
months
mean,
back?
you guys look at it though, man. I mean, she promised these girls opportunity, and they calling her out on it. So she knows
Yeah.
she trying to do her thing, keeping everybody cool. That's why EO's got the title shot. But you can see by the way she tried to take over the interview with
Hmm.
EO, you can see kind of how EO was pissed off during the match, and at the end of the match, like you look at it, you can see the signs, man. And Bailey took the pinfall. So nah, man,
Yeah.
I could see if it's not both of them, I could see one of them uh coming off the beating up coming out of damage control and beating up Bailey.
Bad, man. That's why they call you Kimbro Diamonds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The honorary Negro of the year. God bless you. All right, man. And then so, and then so we got Chad Gable versus Ali. Ali picks up the victory. We got Balor versus Rose. Rose picked up the victory. And then we got Seth Rollins again, alluding to winning the world championship. But of course, he got to go through Omos. And then we had a segment backstage with Riddle, Owens, and Zayn. And I liked how, at one point you had Riddle and Zayn in the back. And Riddle was like, yeah, man, I can relate to what you're going through. And then Sammy like, how can you relate? Then they went back to the whole uh arcade bro
Arcade
thing.
Bro.
And me and you, much like a lot of people, like, man, yo, this is too good to be true. Like Randy is too happy right now. Randy is gonna so turn on dude, and then it just never happened. So Riddle was like, yeah, man, don't let that noise get to you. I get it because people thought the same thing. And I mean, circumstantially, it didn't happen. But that was that. And
Right.
then of course, we got the ending. We got Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Damian Priest ended up getting disqualified for beating the hell out of Ray. But of course, Bad Bunny came out. We get the announcement that in Puerto Rico, Backlash, we're gonna get Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in the street fight. And that was that, man. You and I we texted earlier. I said, bro, this oh my God, like this Raw is just dragging, like God. But we stayed
That's
up for
because
the
we're waiting for the draft. We're waiting for the we waiting for the pay per view.
yeah,
We're waiting for backlash. Like we know what's coming up. We know what we got, and you know we're waiting for this draft. We're waiting to see what's going to happen. And now that we've truly got some now that we've really got some information on what's going to happen and how things are going to turn out, we know Roman's going to be on one show. We
yeah,
know we're getting a brand new championship. Yeah, it's going to hit or miss with some folks, but honestly I like it a lot better than the Intercontinental Championship.
yeah,
That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Um, so I'm good with that.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Keep
I'm
talking.
about to say like damn,
Keep
like
talking.
damn,
No,
about
no,
to
no,
say
no,
it
no.
like
Keep
that.
talking. I was trying to get it in order so I didn't mess it up. I didn't mean to click on it. I was trying to slide the button up.
Oh
Hey,
damn, man! Just go ahead in the show like that, man. Like
bro, hey,
damn.
dude, you should have seen my face. I had to look up and make sure the broadcast button was still going. I'm like, oh no, 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 no.
Oh snap! Hell no, that'd have been funny. They like, damn, that's how y'all ended it now.
Nah, hell no, no, no. You gotta finish your thought. Finish your thought, bro.
Oh man, I done lost my train of thought on that one. That one messed me up, man. Oh man, but uh, but just what's happening. But now that we got a little bit more information, we
Yeah,
we we we, we know what's gonna happen. Uh, depending on where Roman goes, uh, what brand is gonna get a brand new championship? We're gonna get a new champion. Uh, and of course, man, we're going to get a shakeup of the roster that we need. And if the champion is going to stay on just one show, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people are just going to stay on one show. So we're going to
yeah,
get that, that the definitive brand split, and people just, hey, you got your titles on this show, you got your titles on this show. The only thing I see as a, being a flip flop, which is still, is the women's tag team.
yeah.
I don't see no reason to create two women's tag team belts. Just keep the one because you're not really like working with a whole lot of women's tag teams anyway. So you can still do that for both shows, but that's it. You split the undisputed tag team titles, the Raw tag team titles. You can honestly you can remake those. I wouldn't mind if you remade them tag team belts, but if
Right.
not, just split them up, put them back on their proper show. Let it keep moving forward from there. You still got the Intercontinental, you still got the United States. You'll have the WWE Universal Championship, which I hope they don't stick with that name and it just sticks as the WWE Championship. Like I want them to. I so was hoping. I was so ready for them to drop Universal, but they won't
Yeah.
do it just yet. Uh, and then of course we got the new World Heavyweight Championship coming up. So yeah, I'm excited for Friday, because and of course we gonna be on live for the whole 2 hours, and we got a main WrestleMania main event rematch for the tag team undisputed tag team titles with the Usos going up against Kevin and Sami. So we got a lot to get ready for Friday, man. So I'm excited, man. We gonna see what the new WWE looks like right now. I'm gonna say this is the season premiere. Let's just go ahead and call it. It's like a resurgence of the season, man. It's shaking things up, man. Let's see how they start fresh.
I know, absolutely, absolutely. Like you said, man, Friday, 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 Friday. It's part of the Friday night block party. We got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Friday night draft night one coming to you live and direct right before we hit that good old backlash pay-per-view. Then follow that thing on up. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Man.
Monday Night Raw. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to see who gets shifted from show to show. I'm excited to see if there's any NXT call ups. I'm just really excited to see where this thing is going to go. Man, bro, like I said, we got Bad Bunny. We got a pretty decent little lineup for Backlash. So, I mean, hey, look, we already knew what it was. A month out from WrestleMania, you didn't have a lot of time. This is, going to be a show to, end a lot of feuds and possibly kickstart a few new ones. But other than that, man,
Right.
we get, like you
Right.
said, we got to see what's going on. We got a new title. We know that for sure. Now we just got to see where it's going to land, and then whatever show
And
that
who's
belt
gonna
lands
get it?
on,
And
that's
who
going to
gonna
tell
get
us
it?
moving forward. Who gonna be the face of that show. But hey, bro, it's always it's an honor, it's a privilege to come on here and talk to the people, my guy. And until what the Wednesday night block party, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. I'm the 29-year-old piece of gold. He's Joe King Too Cold, and we'll see y'all when we see you. Peace.